Hello and Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2023. It should be quite interesting. This Jubilee year has been paying left and right with craziness. So I don't think it's going to be done yet. We have until the end of next Rosh Hashanah, which is in September of 2023. Then we will know what we were given, because it's going to take a while. If you guys watched my Shemitah series in the beginning, you're all prepared and you know what this year had in store for us. When I say this year, I mean the Shemitah year ending in September, and then the Jubilee year, which is ending the following September. So if you're paying attention to those things, you are well prepared. But it's looking like it's going to be a hell of a roller coaster ride between now and then. So Levi Davis says, Happy New Year's all, y'all. Happy New Year, Levi. TexX, Happy New Year to you as well. Best wishes in 2023. Funkmaster, thank you. Not enough likes yet. Crypto Millionaires with Corey Geary, Happy New Year, my friend. May this be a prosperous year for you and your family. Absolutely. Bright Light, thank you, sir. Hi, Tom. Happy New Year's, Randy. Moonmutt. Hey, I was wondering how much water, how much apple cider vinegar do you mix to drink? This is what I do 2 of these a day with apple cider vinegar. It's just about, excuse me, maybe 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, so it's not too acidic. Yeah, that's what I do. And I do them both in the evening. I don't do them during the morning. Some people do morning. I like lemon juice in the morning. Hey, Timothy. Good to see you, sir. Hello, Ted. Jeff. Corey Tate, Esquire. Hi, Mr. Rock Jockey. Academaciated. Evening all and happy Pulsechain year. Yeah, I have a feeling Pulsechain's coming. Randy, have you heard someone say truth pimping? What's a better word for it? Truth pimping. Truth pimping. I don't know. What's a good word for truth pimping? Going around and just spreading the word? A truth seller or a truth sayer? A truth sayer would be someone who goes around pimping the truth all the time. Bring on the new year. I'm bored and have my cheese piled up. Luke Duke, you always got that cheese, huh? Taxes in Panama on your investments. Do you use a CPA? Yeah, we have a CPA, Timothy. And everything, all of our wealth and everything's in Annabelle's name. So doing it through a Panamanian. Hey, Franklin. Good to see you. What's Gucci? Hello, Mom. How are you doing? Clint Jones, good afternoon. Happy New Year, sir. Thank you. It's been I love it when the New Year's and Christmas are on the weekends. And next year it's on Mondays. Oh, it's going to be just as good next year. I started to study taxes and start preparing myself on investments like HEX returns on the future. Nice, Timothy Harris. I've actually met some Hexicans that moved here for that specific reason. Well, not so much moved to Panama for that reason, but left the U.S. for that reason, or left their countries in Europe for that reason. Tufan, happy New Year to you as well. Good afternoon, good evening, Randy and fam. Sad news, RIP Ken Block. Really, Ken Block died. That's sad. Well, I hope it wasn't some tragic accident, like in a car or something. Hey, all, happy New Year's and ready for the bull. Mudhog, yeah, I am definitely ready for the bull. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it's a shitty phrase. Yeah. ACV and mineral water, it is the best. No, I didn't know that. I use I have a distiller and then I have a filter, a Berkey, and I just use the Berkey water for that. Go, Randy. Bam, got it. Back, man. Good to see you. It is 11 a.m. here. Jeez, well, you must be in the land of Oz, right? Little penguin. Going to be a great year. A year to break the bondage and become financially free. The twin father? I hope so. Oh, really? You had a snowmobile accident? Snowmobiles are no joke. I grew up in Western New York. When I say Western New York, I mean Buffalo, Rochester, Western New York, where we get tons of snow. And every year people have snowmobile accidents. See? The land of Oz. Pac-Man. Oh, wow. So we lost Ken Block. That's pretty sad. All right. So let's do some positive news. Ken Block, he was a hero, man. The guy knew how to drive a car. Clintron says, I'm pretty sure the Oz government is going to want pretty much all my monies once the mad gains start. Yeah. Especially if you stay there. Lemon juice followed by pure celery juice, the bomb medical medium. Problem solver. I can't do celery juice. It's the one thing I can't handle, man. I tried. I just can't do celery juice. I've never really liked celery to begin with. And then you turn it into juice and it's like, ew. Pac-Man thinks pulse out on May now. Yeah, possibly. Hex didn't seem to react to the little uptrend in the market today and yesterday. Well, Daniel, there's a couple big whales that have been selling nonstop. Even Richard mentioned it. He was showing the wallets and how the one guy that's selling, he's up 150x still. He's not hurting him one bit. Natural ginger ale with cayenne. Oh yeah, I know the cayenne thing. And ginger is ubiquitous in Panama. It's everywhere. I keep loading up on most good alts. Pac-Man, I agree. This is the time to start spreading it out. Okay, I am a Hexagon, but I'm also going to tell you there's a lot of other cryptocurrencies out there that I recommend looking into. Algorand, Quant, Atom, the Cosmos group blockchains, Ethereum. I mean, all these layer ones, Avalanche. It's smart to look at these coins, guys, because you never know which ones are going to really outperform. I'm not saying that that Pulsechain is not going to launch, but it's also, geez, got rid of one and the other one started like me. It's just hedging, right? You don't have to put a lot. What if 90% is in Hex and then you split up the other 10% 10 ways into different blockchains? You're hedged. Just in case. Yeah, I like Adam. I knew one of the team members back in the day, and Cosmos, and he told me all about it. He was here in Panama, him and his whole family, and when he got to talking, after a couple of beers, he's like, "You gotta buy Adam, Randy. You gotta get involved." Like, okay. Oh my goodness. Hey, Victory. I don't mind waiting another 12 months for Pulsechain. I don't mind either, but I'd rather have it now, or at least near the bottom of the bear here, which we're getting really close. That's right. Absolutely, Daniel. That's going to be the next trend. Remember, guys, I talked about this a couple weeks ago. Last cycle was DeFi. And then at the end of the cycle came NFTs. The next trend, the big one where the other 1000x gains are going to be in AI coins. I guarantee it. That's going to be the next big thing. Yeah, exactly. 12 months is too long, but it could happen. Just don't have any recommendations right now. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked enough into it. So guys, before I get any further, this is where I'm going. Sometimes you have to put your ass to the fire. They say don't spill your plans before they're complete, but I'm one of those people. I have to do it in order for me to get me to do the things, complete things. So my friend Christian and I, we are launching our crypto course. We'll probably do that sometime end of February or so. But we're also doing a newsletter. So all of you guys know that I come from Dollar Vigilante. I was in the Dollar Vigilante team for a total of almost 4 years, something like that. So I know the ins and outs of a newsletter, and I know how to build one. I know how to, I'm a really good writer. You guys don't get to see me writing much because I haven't written since I left the Crypto Daily team. But what it will do for me and the benefits to me is not just the finance. The benefits to me is that it puts me back in a research mode, and I have to get doing what I used to do really good, and that is getting to know teams, getting to know people on the teams, getting to know what things are coming in the future. And I want to keep people informed. And my wife and I already talked about it, and I talked about it with Christian. Even though this is primarily a crypto newsletter, we are also going to have expat living. Earlier, we were talking about the taxes that we'll be discussing things like that, how it'll be when you move overseas. It just makes sense. Everyone wants to know these kind of things. So when Timothy said that earlier, I'm like, okay, so perfect, because that's one of the things we want to discuss, right? Everyone has a different situation. We'll be able to put people in touch with the correct people. One thing people always ask me, like, Randy, if I move to Panama, is there a lawyer you can put me in touch with? I don't do that. But with a newsletter, that's something that we could have. We could have a lawyer that's part of the team, that anybody who wants to talk to a lawyer, they just work directly with a lawyer, that type of thing. So that's how we did it at Dollar Vigilante. We had all kinds of like team members in different countries, and they would learn information, and they bring on other team members, and it would grow. And we'll have a referral program. We'll do all kinds of things. So putting together a nice little team right now, and I think it'll be fun. So that's Randy for 2023. I've never thought I would do a newsletter, but now that I'm doing a live stream 5 nights a week, it totally makes sense to do something like that, and then have get-togethers, like private webinars where we bring on insiders, where you guys can learn things, and it's just nothing will be expensive because I'm not a greedy fuck. So everything will be totally affordable for everybody, and we'll have fun with it. So just an idea that is flourishing right now, and I should have everything wrapped up in the next couple of weeks. We won't even have a website. It'll just be a newsletter. That's all. And maybe a Patreon, that type of stuff. Okay, so you guys got it out of me. I'm telling you what's kind of going on. I'm excited to let you guys in on it. Because when I mentioned Atom, that made me think of it. Like, okay, Atom is a coin that I'm looking at. Algorand is a coin that I'm looking at. And if we were in a newsletter, I'd be telling you exactly why. But primarily this live stream, when I talk about things in this live stream, it's mostly going to be about Pulsechain projects and things on Pulsechain and Hex and PulseX and things related to that. Hex is the bomb, but no way only one crypto survives and thrives. Exactly, Controls. Like how you're not a maxi. I just don't get the maxis. I never understood it. Even when I was a Bitcoiner, and I wasn't ever a Bitcoin maxi, but man, the guys are so toxic. From all the alts, but only can invest in 2 alts due to whatever. What will be your personal choice, not financial advice? Well, Hex is an easy one because Hex pays me daily. I think once the second one, I really don't know. We don't have Pulsechain yet. If Pulsechain was out, I would definitely say Pulsechain. Yeah, you kind of put me in the lurch there. What my second choice is going to be. Gold Standard DAO is coming soon, but their token isn't what you need to stake in order to earn the gold. If that was the case, I would say Gold Standard DAO, but it's not the token. You just need a stable to stake. So as far as a specific coin, I'm just going to say AGX. AGX is the silver coin that Load uses, because I think silver is going to do phenomenal, and it's probably a really conservative play compared to most cryptos. Here in a bear market, conservative plays make sense. See, Tim's got 10. Exactly. What AI coins you like, Randy? Daniel, the thing is, I haven't dug down and deep yet to figure it out. I know we have Kira and Pulsechain, but I don't know. I think Kira is just images, like AI images, like NFTs. Which AI tokens are hot? Any good ones? Yeah, everyone's asking. We're getting an airdrop of, we're getting an airdrop of Kira soon, as soon as Pulsechain launches. I don't know. I think it's only like 10 Kira per wallet or something, but it should be interesting. It's a new year and don't feel like with bear market. Well, it's a new year and I don't feel like this is a bear market. Damn. Okay. Soldier Pete got me all over the place. If you're looking for someone to collaborate in your newsletters that lives in Mexico, no Spanish guy, I'm your guy. There you go. See, this is what happens. This is why newsletters are so important. One of the big things that I learned during the pandemic that was due to the Dollar Vigilante newsletter, I had friends everywhere. So when we had to move to Mexico, all I did was email a couple people and we were hooked up. Everywhere we went, we got to visit a bunch of different cities in Mexico just to go hang out with people that were vigilantes like ourselves. So it's a network of people who are like-minded and who also want to find ways to profit together and learn about homeschooling and learn about alternative medications and learning about how to use minerals and vitamins to heal yourself and, the natural ways and those kind of things that you're not going to find in the mainstream. So it gives us a way to talk to each other and have a good Telegram group where everyone can communicate. I think it's the way to go. Daniel's asking Timothy. Awesome plan newsletter. I get a few of them. That's what I think, Timothy. I think it's gonna be a great idea. Would you have a ranking for becoming an expat from certain countries? Like, what are the best countries to move into from USA? Well, Paul, originally we were going to move to, we were going to leave Panama and we were going to go to Czech Republic. We love Czech Republic, but everything changed when the pandemic hit because the Czech Republic, the way they treated their people was terrible. And we didn't like the rules of the schools in Czech Republic. Also, another one that we were disappointed with due to the pandemic was Austria. That's another country we absolutely love, but they made very poor choices in how they treated their people. Panama didn't do very good. They locked us down for 7 months. So we packed up and moved to Mexico, where we were pretty well open, got to do whatever we wanted, as long as we were outside. But once you went in the malls and things, we had to wear a mask. But overall, I didn't feel like I was in the middle of a pandemic, right? So I think it's very fluid. It changes with time. What I would say, number one, for me, would still probably be Panama, then Costa Rica, because both those countries are neutral, right? I like neutral countries. The problem with now you have Austria and Czech Republic. They're too close for comfort, right? And they're not neutral. They're both in the EU. So it's a cause for concern. So it's always fluid, going back and forth. Estonia is another good one, but it's on the Russian border. Who's going to get invaded first if something goes down? Who's going to be used as a buffer? Just go back and look at history. Look what happened in World War II. What countries got obliterated? Poland. Stuff like that. Another good place to go would probably be Africa, but I would say like Kenya, maybe Uganda, something like that will probably be pretty safe to go to. But we'll go through all deep into this stuff. Genius launched 20 days ago on 4 chains. Excuse me. ETH, Binance, Polygon, and Avalanche. Amazing project. It's rolling up and to the right on all 4. Nice, Dr. Hex. Nice. It is a Hex copycat though. That's the only reason why I won't buy into it, because the other Hex copycat that I got involved with, Axion, bent me over and spanked me. I lost so much money on Axion. Not, I say a lot of money, but like at the time it was like 10 ETH. So sign a nonce with your wallet to access the newsletters. That's an idea. That is an idea. We'll come up with a whole bunch of stuff, guys. Don't worry. We're going to use the one I'm using though is there's a platform I'm going to use that I already had an idea, and it's not crypto though. It's for the newsletter. Tin Top, good evening. Newsletter sounds like one I'd read. Exactly, Bright Light. Get a couple people involved. Don't say too much teasing your community. Yeah, my mom. And Christian's from Uganda, so he used to work for the UN, and he's a very smart man. His wife's amazing. She's Spanish, and he's going to help me with this, along with the crypto courses and those kind of things. It was actually his idea. He's the one that came to me with it. We've known each other for many years. We worked on a crypto conference here back in 2018, and we've been friends ever since. Hey Ben, happy New Year to you. What is Genius? What's the ticker? Put it on Float. Yep. Tin Top. Float is doing a major workover. I messaged the team the other day and asked them if they needed some help. So I invested in Float. So I would like to see that thing get launched. Pulse Grandpa. Good evening. Thank you. Umberto, let me be the first one in 2023 to ask the question, when Pulsechain? The only token we need now is Pulsechain. Kinda. Pulse Rebater, I kind of feel that way. Can you have a video about other coins to look at? Sure, Andre, I could do that. Yeah, Reagan. I'm on there. Why Randy skipping my message? I don't understand. Sandeep, guys, be careful. If you deleted somebody's message, I didn't see Sandeep's message up here. So stop deleting messages, man, unless it's like something mean, you know. Randy, Turkey is great also. No taxes on crypto. Yeah, Pac-Man, I hear you. Turkey is great, especially if you get outside of Istanbul. Hey, Marion, Happy New Year. Look up Bodrum, Turkey, great beaches and lifestyle. Yep, I was almost went on a detachment to Turkey when I was in the Navy. The guys all came back and they're like, "Oh, that place was awesome!" Oh, we were just in Sicily recently. It's not much different, just different language, right? And some would argue better food in Turkey. Darwin, hello, Crypto Question. So if NFT and CeFi, DeFi pump this past market, what are your thoughts on what new added will pump the next bull? I'll tell you, AI. AI is going to be the next big thing for this. I'm not going to say it's going to be the pump. DeFi is definitely going to be there. DeFi is going to be super important. I think DeFi is like it's now turning into the foundation of crypto. So that's what's going to be the foundation layer. But everything else is the froth. And AI is going to be the froth. So is NFTs. There's going to be a bunch of new use cases for NFTs coming soon. Thanks for the wisdom, Randy. Continue to be a champion of the truth, sir, in these shifting times. Exactly. Thank you, Buffalo Heart. What's the gossip? Oh, okay. Let's get there. All right. So Richard tweeted this. Hey, everyone, waiting for pulsechain.com and pulsex.com. I'm waiting too. It's ready when it's ready. Welcome to software. Well, that's what Richard likes to say, right? I'm just going to go through a couple tweets here and give you my input into it. This is the second time he's tweeted something similar to this over probably the last month. So I have a feeling that we're getting very close due to the way people are talking and the chatter that's going on. Marco, my buddy Marco the Hexagon says, everyone is up in arms because Richard Hart hasn't released Pulsechain and Pulsex. Honestly, thank God he didn't. 2022 was hell for crypto. It was the smartest thing not to release it. I trust Ari's judgment more than any other person crying on Twitter. He shouldn't have used the pedo, but yeah. Now, Brett Tepp, he just showed up recently. I just started following him. He is one of the devs, the Pulsechain devs, and he can't say something, but he's hinting, right? He said, this is inevitable. Zero chance of this not happening. The chat was, hopefully, the tweet was, hopefully we as a community decide to host validators as decentralized as possible. Personally, I would like to see a nice spread around the world in almost every country through different means, personal servers, different VPS, hopefully less than 1% of Pulsechain validators per country. Now, he has been very vocal lately. Let's go to his Twitter. Not this one. He's talking about how he used to be a Safe Moon guy, and Richard met him right after he was shilling Safe Moon, and he got into being a dev for Pulsechain. He's saying, someone asked where I got my data. Here is the output of a DHT crawl. It takes about 9 hours. There were 579 nodes that were found with Pulsechain testnet V2B fork. The record line is encoded, and he's talking about where all the validators are, and we're pretty well spread out around the world. Oh yes, when I didn't know about Hex or Richard Hart, he saved me a week after this post. He's talking about the Safe Moon post. I sold all my tokens and bought and staked Hex. He's talking about this guy made a nice post about Pulsechain. PulseX, Pulsechain trending. Okay, here he says, I'm not going to release anything that isn't public. Richard Hart is the source of truth for this project or product. It's not my place. You are all amazing. I believe that Pulsechain will change the world, and RH is changing the world. Okay, so that's Bretep at BRETEP. Follow him on Twitter. He's one of the Pulsechain devs, and I think he's the first one to really come out and dox himself. So I'm following him. Now, Vivid, whatever her name is, she's very vocal. She says, trust me when I say this, another huge Richard Hart and blank interview will be happening sometime soon. I can't say his name, but he has produced for Gucci Mane, Akon, Megan Fox, Pharrell Williams, and many more. Stay tuned. All right, so it looks like we've got another big Richard Hart interview coming, as well as the guy from Sweden. I can't remember his name. You guys put it in the chat. He's doing a chat with him too. And then our boy T-Bird said, Hex has already taken over despite full gatekeeping. Adoption rate continues to accelerate even through the bear. All the devs are migrating over and building on Pulsechain. PLS will launch and will dominate all the LONs. Don't sleep on it. T-Bird's a permabull. Respect him for that. And then Jameson Lopp says, nah. Wow, I just noticed that. If you guys know who Jameson is, then you know that was people are watching us, guys. Jameson's a big dog in the Ethereum world. And Richard says, I figured out why Hex is under max FUD. Everything else died. Hex is what survived. That is so true. So very interesting. The Bretep is the most interesting one because seeing a developer, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Seeing a developer come out and dox himself like that and start talking about Pulsechain is pretty bullish to me. That means he has the confidence to come forward. And if he has the confidence to come forward, that, in my opinion, that means he feels like Pulsechain is very near to launching. Because usually devs, sorry if you guys are anybody in the chat, but mostly they stay behind the curtains, man. They like to stay behind the curtains. Corey Gary, love to read your unbiased reviews of other coins. You're going to get them. Aloha from Michael Light. Aloha to you. Happy New Year. What stable coins should the Hex community be using? Well, I like AGX because it's backed by silver. So, yeah, it has the possibility going up and down with the price of silver, but I'm not worried about it. I like it. Randy, there's a new project they may consider looking into, the PulsePay community fiat on and off ramp. They have optional status correction elements built into the model for founders. Interesting, Judge. I don't think I've ever heard of PulsePay. Happy New Year to you, Sandeep. Crypto Freedom. Happy New Year, Randy. Thanks for all your alpha knowledge. Much respect and subscribe. Let's fucking go. 23 to 2026, generational wealth incoming. You got it. Crypto Freedom. That's exactly how I feel. Hey, Blue. Very few talk about Bali. Awesome place, very cheap and epic weather and waves. Yeah. I watch a couple people that live out there, and Matt in our chat, he's not here tonight, but he lives in Bali and he talks about it. It's definitely another option. Thailand's good too. If you don't want to live somewhere permanently, you can always do the digital nomad visas. Like Czech Republic has a digital nomad visa. Panama is launching a digital nomad visa. It might already be out. Costa Rica just launched one. So you can move to a country as long as you have an income and work online, and or have an income coming in from online, and live there for a year or 2 years and test the water, see if you really like it. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't go full bore. Like in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to apply for my Panama citizenship. Now that's going all in. It's putting all my chips on one table, right? So now I'll be a dual citizen. Do I recommend people get dual citizenship? Sure, but have the means before you do it. Now, if you, I'm going to tell you a quick way. People think of this in the US, they call them anchor babies. So a quick way that people from these countries do it in the US is they go and they have their baby in the United States, and their baby comes to US, and it makes that easier for them to become a US citizen down the road. Well, the same works here. I knew a guy who had a child in Costa Rica, a child in Panama, and a child in Mexico. And each one of those kids had different passports from different countries. And he was able to apply for each of those passports. He didn't get them all, but I know he got his Costa Rica one. So, you go and you have a child in one of these countries. Even if there's 2 Americans or 2 Europeans, you go have a child here, and then a couple of years later, you'll be citizens. So I think that's cool. Anchor baby, do it. It's a lot cheaper than paying $100,000 for a citizenship. Most of us can wait 2 years, right? Or 3 years. Genius. Well, okay, Dr. Hex. I'm going to disagree with you on this one. Corey Tate, same tweet. What is the best way to do an HSI right now, in your opinion? I want to do a hex stake, but not paying exorbitant and end stake fees. What's the best way to do an HSI? An HSI, you just go to the Hedron contract or the Hedron website and do your stake there. It's not going to cost a lot. It should be like maybe $3 or $4 to stake it. And then when you want to unstake, maybe in a year, it's going to cost you probably $10 to unstake it. I'm guessing maybe $20. Depending on what Ethereum does. If Ethereum price keeps going up, you're going to pay high Ethereum costs. But just remember, you're going to get a copy of that HSI stake when Pulsechain launches. Never forget, we're getting copies of everything, folks. Everything that you do will have a copy. Andre, got an alarm somewhere. Bali is cool too, but is it tax-free? I don't know. I get paid though, buying more Hex, Hedron, and Icosa. Nice. Icosa. Okay, let me look at the charts real quick. But it's hard to DC at these prices. Yeah, heavy metal Hexagon. Yes. Hey, Scamface. Shalom, my friend. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great Hanukkah. I think only Liberland is. Yeah, there's another one. Liberland in the future. Look at Liberland. He's another one I can get involved with the newsletter, because we're friends. Ivan on Tech. That's who it was. Yeah, he's doing a show. He's going to do it with Ivan on Tech pretty soon. If Hex pumps, I think Hedron and Icosa both move with it. Absolutely heavy metal Hexagon. Yeah, they all go in tandem. It's like a dance. Supposedly interview soon with Ivan. If you want my 2 Hex, I'll say front run the perpetual pools. That is, of course, if you already have a 10-year 55-55 for the max t-shirt bonus, 10 top. You're thinking. RH is also scheduled to speak at the last day of Maddie's third PulseCon online in a couple weeks. Yep, I'm speaking too. Maddie wrote me and asked me if I'd speak. I said, for sure I'll speak. He says I got to do a green screen though, so I got to pull my green screen out and set it up. I've been hearing about AI coding, even if it's mentioned and around since 2017. Bull, I can't wait. What? Try copy hex. Geez, hex made. You're all over the place with this. Are you drunk? But I can't wait and see what. Okay. I tried Hexmate. I tried DCA Hex or Save Dry Powder for Fiat. Well, Fiat's launching when? In like a week or two. It's going to be fun. Just think of the Fiat launch as the test for the upcoming Pulsechain launch. What we're going to see with the Fiat launch is going to be very similar to Pulsechains. I have a feeling, just tampered down a bit because it's all the same people. It's most of the people that are at 100% of the people that sacrifice for Fiat are involved with Pulse or PulseX in some form or other. So it should be very similar. Exciting stuff. Hart's Law is really important. Yes, it is. For those of you guys who do not know, Hart's Law is when Bitcoin moves, Ethereum moves. When Bitcoin goes down, Ethereum goes down, those type of things, right? It'll be the same thing for Pulsechain. When Pulsechain goes up, PulseX will go up, Hex will go up, because that'll be the main coin that's traded, right? There may be stables in the future, but in the beginning, Pulsechain is going to be the main coin that goes up and down. Everything's pinned up against for trading. Please check out tweets by Barry Silbert and Cameron Winklevoss. Richard just put in there. What is your opinion? Will the market dump after January 8th? God. Barry Silbert and Cameron Winklevoss. All right. Let me see. Sorry. We got some, we actually went out and bought some humidifiers today just because we're suffering so much this rainy season. If Bitcoin ETF dream fails, firm made, this is December 19th. Sorry, I don't have the tweet, so these are way too old. I'm not going to go searching for something. Sorry. Any coins related to Cobalt? Thanks for all you do. Happy New Year. Cobalt the metal? Droning on again and again? I don't know. I don't think so. I think rare metals will be a great play. So a company like Lode should get in on that. But the problem is that those metals like that are so much corruption behind them, and 95% are controlled by China. So I sound like Trump when I said China. Geez. Yeah, so all rare metals are pretty much controlled by Chinese. So that's it will be difficult to do crypto with that. There's just not enough. It's too shadowy. That's in my opinion. Randy, can you enlighten us on the Pulsechain wallet? What can you compare this wallet to? Last will be another sack of the wallet. Jefferson, Chris, I am not. I'm a Aurochs guy, and I'm already very well involved with the Aurochs wallet. And I don't know anything about the Pulsechain wallet. Richard doesn't say much about it. The cool thing about the Aurochs wallet is the new update. It should be happening tonight. We'll make it work with Hex and Icosa and Hedron. I already tested it out. I already have the updated version. They sent me the files. So I did it. Everything works perfect. Just waiting on Chrome to accept the extension. So if you got the Aurochs wallet, you already have downloaded it. Tomorrow you should be able to do your update. All right. If you haven't, just wait until, I'll let you know when the new update comes out. I think it's 1.0402.02. I think that's the update. And once that's out, get that. It's going to be very cool. But yeah, I don't know anything about the Pulsechain wallet. I will be applying for a digital nomad visa in Brazil. There you go. Franklin's already ahead of the game. Franklin likes those big booty girls. So Randy's advice is to have children in every country. Yes, anchor babies. Marion, just make sure you find a nice husband and go and have a baby in a country that you like. And voila, you get citizenship in the future. Most of them do it. You're not joking. Don't lie. Anchor baby tactic works in Mexico too. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Do it. It's cheap, man. I'm a cheap bastard. Hey, Hexivore, how you doing? See, you Navy guys, children with passports and more than one port. Cool, Pulse Grandpa. I bet it's territorial taxation system. Territorial's awesome. One port, one kid. Oh God, Randy is surely not preaching a polyamorous lifestyle, right? No, Ted Cash, I'm not preaching a polyamorous lifestyle. I'm saying you find a spouse, a good spouse, and you propagate, and just propagate them in different countries. Big RH announcement January 9th. Get your DCAs before and before then. Cool. January 9th. Yeah. Maybe that'll be Pulsechain version 3. But do your own research. Yes. RH is the guest speaker at HexCon on January 9th. Oh, great. Brenton. What's up? China. No, I'm not ingenious. No. He was a Hexkin or is or something. Here's a thread. I don't have a link. Will Aurochs take a treasure now? I did see the files in the update. I don't know if it's this update, but I did see the files in there. So the treasure and ledger, I saw them. So if it's not this one, they'll be coming in the next. I'm pretty sure because I saw it. I checked out Aurochs and it looks awesome. Thanks. Problem solver. You're welcome. The coolest thing about it for people, like if you're using Web3 a lot, the Aurochs wallet is going to be super important because it saves you from yourself. You click simulate before you do any transactions, it'll tell you what's going to happen. It'll tell you if the website you're dealing with has an issue, or if they're going to try to take all your coins, those kind of things. So really cool, really important. With all the new users coming, this is going to be imperative for us to have. I want to say one other thing too, that I heard today that Visa is working on with Ethereum to offer a non-custodial wallet. This is Visa. All right. So anybody who's out there saying that the bear market, the bull market's dead forever, we're never going back to bull. Look, Visa is working on a non-custodial wallet right now. That's like Aurochs, Pulsechain wallet, MetaMask. They're working on their own version. So if they're doing that, they're going to probably make it really simple for the masses. So pay attention, folks. The bull market's going to come back, and it's going to come back really fast. Hey, Patricia. Good to see you. You ain't lying. Could Web3 apps or data be hosted on Pulsechain? Sure. Why not? If it can be done on Ethereum, it could do way better on Pulsechain because it's faster, lighter. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. Hi, Sandy. I do not understand the perpetuals, but we'll look into it. Lazy Hexkin, check out, if you just want to look at one, the important one is Maxi, in my opinion. Happy New Year's to you, Sandy. The Hex conference, I think it's, oh geez, I can't remember. My kid's got dual citizenship, US and France. I want my EU passport. Dang. France is a good one. I can't find Aurochs wallet app for Samsung. No, not yet. Problem solver. No, it's available for Chrome and what's the other one? Brave. Me too, Vladimir. I'm looking forward to getting it done. Will Hex go to 0.008 or 0.01? Will it stay or just a wick? Chad, we have no idea. The longer Pulsechain takes to come along, the deeper in the bear market we get, the more chance we have that we're going to see those kind of numbers. But right now, we're not there. If some other big wallet came through and just started selling like crazy, sure. Puerto Rico is also a zero capital gains tax territory. A lot of crypto investors moving there. Just another choice. Yeah, Puerto Rico's popular for Americans. It's like Puerto Rico's like a stepping stone, right? When you realize that you reach the top of what you could do there, then you start looking elsewhere. Did you watch the Crypto Weekly video with Joker today? Big eye opener. No. Expedition. I stopped watching everything with Joker. I listened to the Joker today. The guy's a narcissist. He's definitely spreading FUD. Yeah, I'll never listen to him again. Sad. They say alts aren't coming back. Visa working with the wallets is huge. Yeah, Bright Light. I'm way past maybe making days. That's my mom, guys. I told you she was a trip. What are AI crypto? The Swordfish 009, we don't know. We don't know what projects are going to be AI yet. All we know is that they're coming, and there's going to be some pretty interesting ones, I'm sure. Looks like an interesting year ahead. Thanks for stepping up the videos for all of us. No problem. I make babies every day. Well, it's the next big thing, crypto. Yeah. Geez, what's it called? Non-custodial wallets. We don't need custodial wallets or has-beens. Nobody wants custodial wallets anymore. We saw what happened with all of those. They got destroyed. So now it's time to just do everything not custodial. Oh, God. Randy, hope you're doing great, sir. I'm doing good, Jim Rat. Good to see you. It was Crypto Weekly video. Oh, okay. Maybe just maybe RH announcement on January 9th drops the price. Just like Hedron auction happening. Maybe. More price drop in Hex. Oof. It could happen. Absolutely. Let's look at the charts. And boom. All right. Bitcoin first. Guys, I have no idea. I have to contact the team. I can't get monthly to work for Bitcoin. And it's not just for Binance. It's also for any of the other Bitcoin pairs. So weekly, we're looking good. We're 5 weeks straight with a green Aurochs indicator for Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens this week. Where are we as far as the moon cycles? Is RH Max here? RH says he learned about the moon cycles from me. We are next full moon, 3.8 days. Great. Just great. We're in the windows for some red, okay? Over the next couple of days, we got like 7 days of possible red coming. Great. Just so happy. All right. So there's that. Let's see on the daily. Well, we had green for 3. Now maybe we'll have 6 or 7 days of red. I'm guessing. It's possible. It's not looking, I mean, it's not terrible looking. We're at 16,690, but I mean, that's a pretty narrow trading over the last 3 days. We're at 16,509. Now we're at 16,690. That's not much of a difference. Now, Ethereum is up 1% today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of green Aurochs indicator for Ethereum. The green has crossed over the red. The MA has crossed over the EMA, so that's pretty positive. The demand index is heading up, but like I said, we got a full moon in a couple days. We'll see how that goes. Let's see the daily. We always get excited when we start seeing these step ladders. Oh, green, green, green. Then elevator back down. So I'm not getting my hopes up. Hex is up almost 5% today. Nice. This is Hex in the monthly. We still got the green Aurochs indicator. Has not turned red yet. So I'm hoping that we turn around and we just go back up. What happened if this happens and we just keep going up for the next couple of weeks, or say next couple of months, if you bought here, you're going to be thankful because we'll probably end up over here back at between 2 and 4 cents. Around here somewhere. All right. Looking choppy for the fear and greed as well. Let's look at the daily. Look at this. Fear and greed. We got rid of the orange. The orange is all in the back. And now there's a bus. One of those Diablo Rojo buses. They got the straight pipes and that shit. All right, so not looking bad. Look at this. Someone pumped up to 2.5 cents today. Look at that. Look at that wick. And the green crossed over the red. Looks good. But I'm not getting my hopes up. Full moon's here. And you got the ugliest chart in crypto. Hedron. It just keeps dumping. But hey, we got a little green doji over here. See the daily. Nice little step ladder. 0.5011. All right, now I want to show you ICOSA as well. ICOSA is at 36.6 cents right now. Let's give it a little fire. If you guys don't use Dex Screener, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing little app. Put it on your phone. If you do want it on your Android, you have to actually go to the website and download it. I don't think it's on Google Play yet, but it's really cool little app called Dex Screener. If not, use it on your computer and put all your favorite tokens in here. The ones that you can't find other places, they're generally here. Anything is on a Dex, you're going to find it here. But looks like we're rounding out. If Hex starts going up, like we were saying earlier, guess what? ICOSA is going to go up. That's just how it rolls. All right. Man, I don't like it when the full moon's here because I get so excited. I think that the market's going to turn around. We're going to start heading back up and the momentum's going to shift. But then people lose their wits to the moon, and the moon crushes us. Randy, you really think 2393 Pulsechain can launch? Jesus? Yeah, absolutely. I thought we'd have Pulsechain version 3 by Christmas. I really did. I thought we were this close to it. Maybe we'll have it in a couple weeks. Look, I'm going to say it again. Pulsechain Bretep, BRETEP on Twitter. He is a Pulsechain developer. He has doxed himself. Come out saying that he is a Pulsechain developer. When people start doing that, it means they have confidence, because usually these developers, they stay behind the black curtain. They always do. They're either stay behind the black curtain because the founders tell them to, or they stay behind the curtain because they're too afraid that they may never deliver. I don't know. I'm a marketer, so I'm not used to hiding behind a curtain. I'm used to being out in front, talking to people. I want to hear the tone on the street, see what people are saying. Well, developers generally aren't that way. They're a little bit more reserved. They like to keep to themselves, get stuff done, deliver, and move on to the next project. So with this guy coming out saying that he's on the dev team, that's a good sign to me. It's a small one, but it's a good sign. And Katie did some good research too. She pulled up some of the stuff that was happening that the devs were putting up, and the updates are coming. Looks like they got some good stuff. And the things that they need to complete, they're not huge. There's not like huge problems that need to be completed in order to launch. So I will stick with my long-term idea that Richard is timing the market, right? People are like, oh, Richard's doing this because he's afraid of the 3-letter agency. No, he's not. He's not afraid of the 3-letter agency. Do you guys remember what happened with what was the name of the token? Came after Steemit. The one that raised a couple $2 billion and they paid a fine to the SEC. I can't remember the name now. Any of you guys remember? What was the name of the token? EOS. EOS raised billions, right? And what did they do? They paid a fine and they moved along, right? Let me look it up. EOS fine. Let's see what they're. Here we go. I'm going to pull this up for you guys. SEC orders blockchain company to pay $24 million penalty for unregistered ICO. The Securities and Exchange Commission today announced settled charges against blockchain technology company Block One for conducting an unregistered initial coin offering of digital tokens, ICO, that raised the equivalent of several $1 billion over approximately 1 year. The company agreed to settle the charges by paying a $24 million civil penalty. According to SEC's order, Block One, which is operations in Virginia and Hong Kong, conducted an ICO between June 17th and June 2017 and June 2018. The order finds that Block One stated it would use the capital raised in the ICO for general expenses and also to develop software and promote blockchains based on that software. Block One's offer and sale of 900 million tokens began shortly before the SEC released the Dial report of investigations and continued for nearly a year after the report's publication, eventually raising several $billion worth of digital assets globally, including a portion from U.S. investors. Block One did not register its ICO as securities offering pursuant to the federal securities laws, nor did it qualify for or seek an exemption from the registration requirements. Block One did not provide ICO investors the information they were entitled to as participants in a securities offering. Okay. The SEC's order finds that Block One violated the registration provisions of the federal securities law and requires it to pay $24 million civil monetary penalty. Block One consented to the order without admitting or denying its findings. Yeah. So anybody who's coming out with three-letter agency FUD, just remember that that was probably the biggest ICO in history, and they paid a $24 million fine. Right? And that was during the ICO craze. Am I buying Hedron or Icosa? If I was going to choose one of the two, it'd probably be Icosa, because I think Icosa is going to do very well once Hex turns around. Sarah says, I've always thought the same. He's timing the market. Absolutely, he's timing the market. People could deny that all they want, but I've been saying it for a year. Right? Miguel says, why do you think no one wants to talk about the incentive token given his yield from Pulsechain? Will it just dump to eternity and go to zero? I don't understand. Because we don't have information about it, Miguel. We don't know what the tokenomics are going to be. I know Richard even says that he doesn't care about that token right now because he hasn't thought about it. That's like the least important token of all, he says. He's not worried about that one at the current time. He said when it's time, thought will be put behind it, right? But that's not the thing to worry about at the moment. Hex is 3 years old, so when it launches on Pulsechain, do you see it behaving like a new coin or carrying on and up from the ETH market? I see it going really high on low LP early. Thoughts? Michael, well, it's a stock split. I think that it's going to be like a traditional stock split. So you've got Hex, say when Pulsechain launches, you might have, 8 cents Hex on Ethereum, and we'll have 0 on Pulsechain. So really quick, you're going to have 4 or maybe even 2 on Ethereum, and then 4 or maybe 6 over on Pulsechain once the bridge launches. So there will be equilibrium found. And then in the end, once the bridge happens, somebody will set up a pair, eHex and pHex, and liquidity will be provided there. And I think that's when you'll get really good. The prices will get closer and closer together, in my opinion. Is it confirmed Brett Tepes is a dev or just going by his word? I think it's just by his word, Bitcoinish. It'd be pretty stupid to come out and say you are if you're not. And Richard, I think, would have put the hammer down if he wasn't, because he's been saying this for a week or so now. PulseX not being launched yet is a godsend. Prove me wrong. Bobby Hexerat, I totally agree with you. We would have been crushed with the market just like everybody else. Everyone's hurting for cash right now. That is my only worry now, is that we're so deep in the bear market that if we launch, the first couple of days could be really rough. You could have the initial boom, then the bam. It could be a huge buying opportunity for people that weren't able to sacrifice their Pulsechain. So I had some people ask me, "Oh, I want to put some Hex. I want to buy some Hex so I get the copy, and then I want to buy Pulsechain using my copied Hex." Well, do DCA there as well. There's no guarantees. We have no idea what's going to happen. But what if Pulsechain starts out lower than 0.001? What if it goes down to 0.0001? Then you get a ton of coins for way cheaper than the actual price was during the sacrifice phase. You never know. So be prepared to DCA. Hey, Life Changer says, "Hey fam, sorry I'm late. Listen to you all. Big thanks to you, Randy. You keep us on the path. Coming down your way soon. Need to meet up. Talk some business money." Yeah, for sure. What are your thoughts on Wise Token? It has very high liquidity in Uniswap version 2. That's another copycat. I'm not big into the copycats. Like I said, I got my ass spanked with Axion. I don't want to get spanked again. Hope you guys can understand. So where do we learn? Where are we going here? I think Pulsechain's launching probably in May. My reasonings are, I think that May is when Uniswap version 3 makes it their code open source. So when Pulsex launches on Pulsechain, it will have version 3. That might be mid-May or something like that. But prior to that, we're probably going to get Pulsechain version 3. So you'll be able to have the testnet up and play with it. It just won't have all the Pulsex features that you're going to get once the full launch happens. All right. So that's just how I'm playing it, how I think it's going to happen. And I think the bottom of the bear market is going to be very soon, February, March. And then after that, it should be clear skies because that's 1 year before the Bitcoin halving. Okay, guys. We're launching in April after Uni update. Hold strong, guys. There's no spoon. There you go. That Uni update is going to be really important. All hail King Richard and Randy. Be prepared for price to go up or down upon launch. That includes both hexes. Exactly. The newsletter sounds awesome. Mr. Max 0000. I think so too. I'm putting together a rowdy team too. A May 15th would also make RH right. And we all know how Richard loves being right. You mean May 15th from like last year? That's awesome. That's the way I'm going to end it. So Richard was talking about the future. He was talking about May 15th, 2023. I get you. He's always right. Cheers from Panama, everybody.